What is up, guys? Welcome back. Not to
Welcome
see
back. Welcome to the Muscle Secrets Show, 4:30 a.m. We're going to talk today about binge eating and setting yourself up for success. So when you do need to binge eat, what do you do? And let's get it. All right. So what is binge eating?
binging is when you eat a load of crap that you know you shouldn't be eating, whether it's like cupcakes, donuts, or just like
Snackies? We're talking about snackies?
talking about snackies, talking about Takis, whatever that you be eating that you're not supposed to. That's what binging is. Usually, it comes on with the cost of you're following a diet. I mean,
Yeah, and you veer off the path. Um, we're talking about like that McDonald's, that Jack in the Box, that Carl's Jr. right next door. We're talking about
yeah, like
pears, the peaches, the
I, rem-
candy.
I remember this one time. I
Mhm.
used to always binge at Jack in the Box, so it would be my favorite place to go.
Yeah,
Driving down the road, I would see a Jack in the Box in the corner, and I would think, you know what? I've been working so
oh,
hard that I deserve this.
I deserve this. Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and stop by Jack in the Box and get a burger. As I walked through the doors and the smell of the French fries, milkshakes started hitting my nostrils, I was like, man,
the curly fries.
curly fries is starting to get to me, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's curling my fucking diet right now. That's what's gonna happen. And I go up to the cash register and I ask, let me get a bacon cheeseburger. Let me get four tacos. Let me get a milkshake. Let me get some fries with that too. Oh, diet soda. And I engulfed in all of that, man. I binged the fuck out of that. Um,
How do you feel after that, man?
you know, I felt like shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did because at the time I was still fat, but
yeah,
I was eating the burger and I was thinking about my next meal.
yeah, yeah. I feel it, man. I remember for me, I thought it was like eat big to get big. So I was like, I'm gonna eat everything in sight. Um, yeah, the Jack in the Box, the munchy meal, late at night, all that shit. It was cool, but I wasn't getting the result I was getting. And I knew that I was filling up my gut microbiome was not like liking it probably. And I was developing, early on, I was probably developing like some bad syndrome stuff. So so I figured out a way to solve that, which was structure. I say what I do is I set up my binge eating. It's different.
How did you figure that out? Like, how did you figure out how to make the structure once you realized?
Well, I figured out, you know what? I use my calendar, I set up myself to binge, right? Um, this is kind of like how I help my clients. Some of my clients are good on this. I call it the 5 steps forward, 2 steps back framework that I teach my clients. And I say, go hard for 5 days, intermittent fasting for 5 days, and then 2 days out of the week or one day out of the week, you choose to eat whatever you want. I know it could be difficult for most people in the beginning, but that seems to what works for me. That way I set it up. So on the weekends when I'm going out, I don't have to track so much, but I can eat whatever I want, right? The Rock Johnson does this too. So that's kind of where I got it from. Yeah.
That, that makes
Mhm.
sense. I kind of, I just decided to not often so much food like that, and instead like stretch it out across the week. So
Yeah, that works
my
too.
frame, I figured out my framework is taking all the foods that I love and then incorporating that within my diet plan and within my macros, so that I don't have to ever binge because I'm already having all the foods I want. So if I'm working working out on Wednesday, I can still have my donut if I wanted to. I can
Yeah.
still have an ice cream cone. I can have a burger, Um, I'm not restrictive in that aspect, but I am restrictive in my macros to make sure that I'm in line. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
eat 5 burritos just because I want to eat 5 burritos. I'll make sure to have 5 burritos across the week if that's what I wanted and fit it in my macro that way. You know,
Yeah.
I found that out. I found that out actually from watching Greg Doucette.
Yeah. As long
Yeah,
as if it fits your macros.
if it
It,
fits your macros and just finding what works for you, you know, and then just go with it. I used to binge a lot, man. Like I just told you, man. On Jack in the Box would be like devil. Walk around Jack in the Box without them offering me free hamburgers, man. It's like, oh shit.
yeah. Yeah. So there's that, guys. You could schedule it. You could do it if it fits your macros. I like this too. During the 5 days of that week, I can also just fit it in. But what I usually do before I fit it in is IF. That's intermittent fasting. Like I don't eat until like 1 o'clock p.m. But what I do from like the morning to like 12 or noon is drink water and just sip on some black coffee.
What are some tactics that we've learned that work that you can give these people?
Yeah, intermittent fasting really helps, man. It really
Intermittent
helps.
fasting.
Like let's say you're going to a party or like you're going to like you're gonna be eating a lot of food like at a certain time. Just eat, just like don't eat until that day, until that event. So you could save like your macros, your calories for that time, and then you could fit it into your schedule. So black coffee and water and walking, like getting 10K steps before that event hits, super helpful. I teach my clients that, like, just walk 10K steps, get all that energy, that activity done before. And you got to schedule that because if you don't schedule it, you're just going to be fumbling around, missing your targets every day.
And I would bring up the aspect of someone who may be really hungry and they're deciding what snack they should be binging on. Because
Yeah,
when they're on a diet plan, they're doing
yeah,
it for the first time, they might feel like um, they're not able to do it. They might feel like fuck up and eat wrong shit. So
yeah,
in that case, be proactive on I recommend to always have backup snacks. I always have some protein bars somewhere around
yeah,
me. So if when that case does come up and I am feeling like, and I want a burrito, but a burrito is gonna really destroy my macros that day, then I go ahead and grab that protein bar that's accessible. You know, if you don't have any accessible snacks that are generally healthy, like protein bars, or even if it's like eat chips, like Quest chips or something, and you are more inclined to go out and get something that you shouldn't be eating anyways, especially
yeah,
when you're at the grocery store hungry. All you guys been at the grocery store and you've been hungry, and you start grabbing these chips, the Oreos, the Chips Ahoy, just
know,
because, just because you think it's good, just because of that. But you can't
yeah,
be doing
yeah,
it. You're missing out on some really quality gains when you grabbing the Chips Ahoy and you're hungry at the grocery store.
yeah. I say find alternatives. That's a good one, right? Alternatives to instead of getting like the processed foods, right? The processed foods that are low in micronutrients, low in the essential like vitamins and minerals. Find the alternative to it. So that's why you're hungry. You're hungry because you're eating foods that are low in they're empty calories. They don't have enough micronutrients. So uh, alternatives would be
Protein bars.
yeah, like
But
stuff that's high in protein and has a lot of fiber, right?
I want to
Uh,
give these people actual foods so they can
yeah,
they know what we're talking about. Because
So
when
we're
they
all
see processed foods, they're just thinking like processed foods, something like sliced cheese, bread, But what we're really trying to say is there's other options, like egg whites, for example.
oh, love
If you're
egg
looking,
white.
if you're looking for a breakfast meal
Heck
and
yeah.
the whole eggs is too much in calories, let's say you put 4 eggs and you still want more food, you can easily get some egg whites, put a
Yes.
half a cup of egg whites in there. It'll be about maybe 200 calories, but then
Yeah.
you'll also get in about 30 grams of protein, 30, 40 grams of protein from egg whites, and your platter is huge. So
Yeah.
volume of it is what you should guys be thinking about when you're choosing your foods. If you
Yeah.
have low volume food, let's say it's a cupcake, that thing's only like this big, and that could be worth about 400 or 500 calories.
Mhm.
Or you can have a big platter of eggs that are worth about 250 calories, and it leaves you full satisfied.
Yeah.
That's what that's what's gonna solve your binging problem.
Yeah. Exactly. So egg whites, we're talking. Um, yeah, I think a lot of people are like are deficient in fiber. So I'd say like really like track your food so you know, do you have enough fiber? Because this is probably why you're hungry, is because you don't have enough protein or you don't have enough fiber too. Yeah. But I love the egg whites, man. What's another alternative?
Another alternative, well, protein shakes. Protein shakes are really good. If I don't know if you have them over in California, but there's a place called One Stop that actually makes protein shakes.
Oh,
Those are really good. Uh, it's also like a snack. So if you add about maybe less than 16 ounces, 8 ounces of milk, and then you put in your protein powder, that could be your little snack, your little, thing that
yeah.
you drink my protein powder or my protein shakes with water. But I do have days where I have like the milk because of that binging aspect. I want something sweet and I can still get my macros that way.
Yeah.
What would you give them another food alternative?
Um, well, once in a while, man, it could be tough, but it could also be addicting. But Coke Zero is a better alternative to actually just like, if you need to drink soda. Um, I would just go with like sparkling water too. Sparkling water. Um, if there's just as little ingredients as possible, that's always the best. Sparkling water really helps with the binging of when you want soda.
Mm.
Sparkling water is a good alternative. Yeah, that's what I do.
I like that because I drink diet soda pretty much every day in my life. Um, I
There
don't
you
have I
go.
don't I don't have sparkling water. So here's the mechanism behind diet sodas. It has 0 calories and it tastes good. You can
Yeah.
have limited diet sodas and not get fat. Now a lot of you guys drink regular sodas. I used to drink regular soda. That is what's holding you in that weight that you're in. If you just dropped the soda with the diet soda, you would lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Um, Now there is like a whole bunch of things like it's unhealthy for you and all this crap, but we're
Wait,
talking about building muscle, and muscle does not give a fuck if it has some other alternatives. Your health, that's a different subject. But if it's muscles, losing weight, burning fat, whatever, it just depends on the calories. So if a diet soda makes you feel full, you are less likely to eat, less likely to fuck up your food, and delicious treat, you know?
yeah.
So diet soda is really good. Sparkling water is also better if you want to drink water. It's
Yeah.
the carbonation effect.
Yeah.
Carbonation makes you feel full. So the idea behind the whole thing of what we're talking about of binging is make sure that you feel satisfied. You
Yeah.
feel
I know there's one client of mine that doesn't do so well with oatmeal, but that's probably a reason because his gut microbiome is all jacked up. We could talk about that, man. So to help with that, it's because lack of fiber in their life, right? What I like to do to to help with binge eating is start the day off with oatmeal, berries, peanut butter, and a protein powder. You mix that all together. It's a perfect dish right in the morning. So you have, fiber. You have your berries, which is low in carbs, low in calories, antioxidants. It's low glycemic, so it won't cause a spike in blood sugar, and it's really good for you, right? Like you got the berries, you got blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, any of the berries, right? Um, and then you have your protein powder to get your protein count from the oatmeal. Yeah, and
Yeah, oatmeal is really good.
yeah,
I would only say just to make sure that you get enough oatmeal to where
mhm.
it satisfies you.
Half a serving. I like 40 grams.
Yeah, you want a good size. Like you don't want to just get a little platter of oatmeal. That's not gonna help you in the binging aspect. But if you add berries, peanut butter, and protein powder, Alec does, there's more volume in that meal. So now your body is more saturated, more satisfied.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so what about coffee, man? I mean, there's coffee being made right now, as you can hear. So kind of like, yeah, love coffee. So coffee in the morning is an appetite suppressant. So now you're talking about binging. Um, Coffee is an appetite suppressant. So you drink coffee, right? Do you do coffee fasting or
I do coffee fast. Yeah,
how's
and
that been?
coffee is one of the best things known man. It's a miracle drug.
Legal drug?
Yeah, miracle drug, man. Like I
Yeah.
drink coffee pretty much the time I wake up till about maybe 4 in the afternoon. Different
What's a good amount, man, for people to start off with?
to start off with. I mean, two
1 cup, right?
cups, 2 cups a day
At
is
least one
pretty
to
average.
two, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 cups a day is pretty average. I drink
200 milligrams caffeine,
uh,
right? At least 200 milligrams caffeine, right?
yeah, around there. But it all depends on how your body takes the caffeine. Some people are really jittery when it comes to like half a cup of caffeine. So
Yeah.
uh, it wouldn't be right for me to say exactly how much you should be drinking because ultimately you know your body and test it out with different caffeine intakes. What works for me is about like 4 cups of coffee a day and maybe and some pre-workout workouts. But that's also because I do a lot of things during the day, so I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly using energy. I don't think coffee would be a good idea if uh, if you don't have things to do because then you're just gonna be anxiety filled and it's gonna do that opposite effect. Um,
Yeah. If you're busy, which leads to the other point, stay busy, right?
yeah,
Do your goals, let's try that. Stay busy. That could really help you from binge eating um, when you're like always doing something that is productive. So stay busy.
stay busy, guys. If you're busy, you don't have time to eat. Oh, yeah, you ever been to a football game and you're talking with your friends and shit like that? You might get like some nachos or something, but if you have your group of friends with you, you're talking to them, you guys are having fun, cracking jokes, you're not thinking about eating. You're just thinking about having a good time.
Have a
Same,
good time. Yeah.
yeah, same thing at work. Like if you're working and you're focused at your work, you're not thinking about food. You're thinking about whatever it is that's in front of you that you're doing. It's only when you're bored, you have nothing to do, that your mind starts to drift off to all the foods that you like and all the
Yeah.
tasty cupcakes and strawberries and like, ooh, the whipped
Yeah.
cream. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, boredom boredom will kill you really fast.
Yeah. So I like to say to sum up everything, guys, with binging, um, you know, there's different tactics. You could schedule it. like I like the scheduling approach because it's like I'm gonna be in control, so I'm gonna schedule when I want to do it. You know, it puts you in the forefront of like being in control of your life. Um, Next is track it, or if it fits your macros, know your calorie and your macro goals, and then once you have that, you can just make sure it fits, right? This is like working with a coach, working with somebody who has experience in this. Intermittent fasting is next. This is, uh, drinking caffeine in the morning and water before like noon or 1 o'clock. And then we have here, most people are low in all of these, fiber and protein. So make sure it has foods that you're eating have high protein and fiber. Like we're talking like 20 to 30 grams per day of fiber. And then your alternatives, we talked about the sodas, the sparkling waters, the Coke Zeros, egg whites, and then, sticking to 2 whole eggs max per day, or 3, uh, depending on like your goals. But egg whites is a great alternative. And then stay busy.
Yeah, those are all great tactics for you guys to realize how to not binge.
Mhm.
I would recommend test them out, see what works out for you, and stay with
Yeah,
the thing that works the best. That's what matters the most. Because if you can stick with one thing and it works,
yeah, that's the thing.
definitely.
Yeah, if it do what works, if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. So cool. All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday again. Remember, we do these live shows Wednesday through Sundays, and let's get it. Let's, let's
Guys,
get lean.
huh?
Let's get lean.
Let's get lean. Let's do it. Let's fucking get lean. It's time to get the muscles that you guys been wanting, guys. It was always good to talk to you. I'm glad that you guys are here watching these videos. They're gonna get better throughout time. If you guys have any questions or if you guys want to join one of our programs, go ahead and hit us up and we'll send you a DM right back. Wait for more. And as always, it's always good to see you. Popeye out. Peace.
All right, guys. Peace.